Hello everyone, Chris here, and welcome to the Christmas edition of the Brick Ranker podcast. I'm joined again by Graham.
Merry Christmas to you, Chris.
Merry Christmas to you too, Graham. And today's podcast is going to be a little bit special because a couple of weeks ago we decided to do a Secret Santa, albeit it's not very secret because I can probably work out who's getting my present and vice versa. So we gave each other a $100 limit, which in real pounds and pence is about £80, give or take. And we had a couple of weeks to buy each other a good Christmas present, really. And we have them here now, so we're going to open them up.
Shall I go first, or do you want to go first?
It's up to you. What do you want to do?
I'll give you mine first, I think.
Okay, that sounds good.
So obviously, we had a budget of $100. We wanted to get the best we could, really, for that amount. So, yeah, it did require a bit of time. I couldn't devote all my time to it because obviously I've got other gifts to buy during this period.
Yep.
But I think I got a reasonable deal.
Okay, great.
I chose to go with eBay, which is kind of my tried and tested.
Yeah, we could source these presents from anywhere, really, be it eBay, Bricklink, or dare I say it, Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, the Wild West, the Lego world.
Yep, true. So, I'm excited to see what you've got me, Graham.
This is the first one.
Okay, shall I open this one first?
Yeah, it's about the size of a Comic-Con blister pack, isn't
It
it?
is. I'll be very shocked if you manage to get one of those for under $100.
But bear in mind there's another present as well, so
Okay.
it's probably unlikely. So yeah, I thought I would, as you can probably tell, it's not a set.
Okay.
I know you are a big collector of minifigures these days. And you can probably guess they are minifigures. I didn't really know, I'm not quite sure what you got and what you haven't. I've kind of lost track of your collection now.
Okay. I don't mind if it's something I've already got. It's because you can never have too many Lego minifigures.
I thought you'd kind of be happy with this. It's something you're kind of interested in.
That's interesting. Some Hobbit minifigures.
Yeah.
So we've got Azog here. And is that
Farandul.
Farandul.
Yeah.
Okay.
And how does the Lord of the Rings one?
Right. Okay. So yeah, I don't have either of these two minifigures. That's I'm really happy with those. Thank you, Graham.
Good. I'll go for the prices in a minute. But they're all kind of pretty much under market rate, which I was happy with. And yeah,
Open
this is
one.
the second
Okay.
one.
Again. You didn't bother to open this one?
Well, I knew what it was,
Okay.
but I haven't checked the condition.
I don't have a pair of scissors with me, so.
Okay.
Right, I managed to prise it open, so here goes.
I paid the most for this one. This is the kind of the big finale,
okay.
you could say.
Okay, that's really interesting.
Dane Ironfoot.
Dane
I believe
Ironfoot.
is probably one of the most expensive Hobbit minifigures. I don't think it's the most.
Pretty cool axe he's got.
Yeah, that's one thing that stood out with these minifigures is you actually got the accessories with them.
Yeah, and that's really good, yeah.
So, taking that into account, the prices I paid, as I said a bit earlier, I paid a little bit under what the kind of average from the last 6 months is.
Okay.
Which is always my kind of benchmark when I'm trying to buy minifigures.
Yep.
So for Farandul, I paid £17. And he is worth, based on the last 6 months, he's worth about £23.50. So about £6, £6.5.
Yep.
Which is I think a good deal. Azog I paid, well, he's worth 35 based on the average past 6 months.
Yep.
And I paid, I believe, 26. Let me just confirm that. 25, actually.
Even better.
And for Day 9, I paid 39, and the average he sells for was about 46. But yeah, bear in mind I got all the accessories as well.
Yep.
Obviously you can see you've got the shield there.
That is a cool shield. I hadn't seen that. Yeah. That's really nice.
Sword. So yeah. I think Azog didn't really come with any minifigures. No, any accessories, sorry.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, I'm
Happy?
really happy to get those because I don't have any of those minifigures,
Okay.
and I know they are pricey.
So I went slightly over budget. I think I paid in total 85-ish,
Okay,
84.
I appreciate the overspend.
Yeah. Postage wasn't much as well. I don't know if you're including postage in your budget, but it was a small amount.
Okay.
So I bought it all from the same person.
Okay, anyway, moving on to my present. Thank you for yours, Graham. I appreciate that.
Okay.
And yeah, here you go, Graham.
So obviously some kind of set.
Yeah, I mean, don't get your hopes up too much because as what happens every year, I normally leave my Christmas shopping until last minute. So I was a little bit limited by the choice, but I still think I managed to get something good, something interesting.
eBay? Or
It was an eBay job, yeah.
Okay.
Something you probably wouldn't have thought of getting for
Okay.
if you were buying something for.
That's
Yourself.
Good, yeah. I
So-
don't want to receive something I'll probably just buy for myself.
Yeah, so I tried to think outside the box, so to speak.
Okay, we have a poly bag. Lex Luthor, yep.
Yep, Lex Luthor. These are kind of precursors to the main gift.
Okay,
Yeah.
so there's one more of these in there?
There's another poly bag in there.
Okay. I don't know what... Okay, Scarif Stormtrooper.
Yep. Always
Were
good.
these like 20th anniversary things or something?
I don't think they were. No, I don't think so. I know
So I've just-
they came before those sets. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
Okay, decent figure. I have to obviously open it up. Okay, so I'll take off the bubble wrap.
Yeah. I didn't want it to get damaged while you're handling it.
Good idea. Okay, so we have a Ferrari Formula 1 car.
Exactly. Yeah. That's
Yes.
actually a very, very old set. It was quite rare to get that sealed.
How old is it?
I think it's from 2006, 2007. I can't rember
Okay.
exactly.
So, yeah,
yeah,
about that.
around that era. Yeah.
There's a minifigure Michael Schumacher. I know, like they had. One's Michael Schumacher.
Yeah, you get Michael Schumacher and Rubens
And you get both,
Barrichello
okay.
in there. So yeah, pretty cool
Oh,
to
so
get
that-
those in minifigures.
Yeah, so you get a podium as well as a little.
I think that's actually
That's a different.
set. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I think you only get one driver then. There's only one driver in the car.
I think there are two figures in that set.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe you don't get Michael Schumacher. I don't know.
Interesting. That is.
Yeah, it's a 1:24 scale model of a Formula One
Okay.
racing car.
I mean, these are good sets. I kind of obviously I wasn't into Lego. It was
Yeah,
way
it's-
before I really got into Lego.
To be honest, I'd love to see Lego bring back this kind of theme, that kind of scale set, but like for every Formula One team right now, because they think about the amount of people who are into Formula One. That would just sell like hotcakes, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'm good.
Obviously, you'd have problems with all the licensing and things like that, so it might make it hard to actually make that happen. But it would be cool.
It would be good if they did like a set for every car on the grid. That'd be
Yeah,
really cool.
that
Every
would be
team.
good. Yes,
Yeah, and then you could kind of
because you could have both drivers, couldn't you,
yeah,
in the set?
and then you could build your own F1 track and
Exactly. Yeah.
podium.
Hmm.
I'm happy with that. How much did that cost then? How much did all this cost?
I think that was around £45, which I think was a good deal because normally sealed is around £70. I think.
Okay, yeah, so it's sealed. The box is in.
It's got a
decent,
bit of shelfware, but it's not too
considering
bad.
it's
That
15 years old, over 15 years old.
yeah, something like that. Yeah, and then
This one.
and that was about just under £20,
Okay.
and then I did go a little bit under
I
the.
know these are fairly cheap, but
That was around 10, I think. So I did go a little bit under budget, but yeah,
decent printing.
yeah, very nice printed figure. So yeah, I think we're both happy, aren't we? with our gifts.
I kind of set myself up to be disappointed,
Okay,
and I'm not. So
Thank
it's
you.
a bonus.
that's good. Yeah, at least you got something you can build.
Yeah, I probably will build
Christmas
that.
Day. On Christmas Day, maybe.
Yeah, how many pieces is it? I don't know if it says. No, didn't have the piece count on the box back then. Really, there's some weird kind of alternative builds you can.
Yeah.
Weird alternative build. That's yes, very interesting. Right, so now we'll move on to talk about the winners from the first LEGO Ideas review of 2023. So I think these projects were submitted kind of at the start of this year, basically, and now LEGO obviously getting around to reviewing them. So we had two finalists. We had the Twilight House, the Cullen House, and we had the Botanical Garden. So I guess I don't really know what to expect, like, from LEGO Ideas now. I think it's really difficult to predict who they're going to choose, and there's so many variables that they're very hard to it's very hard to predict.
First of all, what are your thoughts on these two sets? Are you happy with them? Disappointed?
I mean, obviously there are a lot of good models in the review round. I think they're okay. Yeah, I didn't look at them and think, wow, I'm definitely going to be buying that. Obviously, I've never seen any of the Twilight films, as I don't even know the significance of the house. I'm guessing it's probably a central role in the film trilogy, or is it 4 films?
Yeah.
Anyway, it looks like an okay house. It kind of reminds me a bit of like the A-frame lodge, the A-frame house, because it's got a nice tree outside, kind of a wooden type house. I think that set did sell really well. And obviously it kind of shows that I think there is a big market for like house type builds of different architecture. That's maybe why they chose that, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, even though, like you, I never watched any of the Twilight films, I never read the book, so I don't have any interest in that, franchise. But I still think it should be an interesting build,
Yeah,
and an interesting final set. And I'm hoping it will just be like the kind of set that will just easily fit into a sort of current like Lego City. It won't look odd.
yeah. Obviously, we know what the fan model looks like. What Lego choose to do with it is another question. We've seen what they did with the Orient Express. This is another licensed theme, so obviously whoever owns Twilight are going to have a big say in how it actually will look. So it means there's probably going to be quite a few different changes, but yeah, it looks like it would on its own look pretty good. And if you can integrate into a Lego City, it will depend how big it is, I guess.
Yeah, I guess kind of like was it like the Hocus Pocus house?
Yeah.
Again, I don't have any interest in that, but it's still a decent looking final set, and I probably would buy it just because it looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why they went for Twilight, because it's had its time, hasn't it?
Well, Graham, you say that, but I think the reason why they decided to go with this set is because these sets are probably going to come out in not next year, but the year after. So it takes a little while.
Yeah, so 2025.
2025. It takes a little while for them to, finalise the set. And 2025 will be the 25th anniversary of the... I don't know if it's of the first film or of the book.
Okay.
But it kind of ties in with that. So
Lego does love an anniversary as well.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, that's why I had my money on them approving the Godzilla projects. I think it's next year, or maybe or the year after. It's 25 years, I think, since the main movie that we all kind of remember seeing as kids. Can't remember who starred in it, but I think probably know the one. So let's move on to the Botanical Garden then.
Yeah, and this kind of almost starts to go against your sort of theory that you have that Lego is not gonna ever approve a modular build because they have their own sort of separate series. I know it isn't like a modular sort of building, but it is a kind of modular build, isn't it?
Does it occupy the same footprint as a modular would?
I don't know. I wouldn't
call it a modular. I don't think you can say that. But what surprises me is that we had or maybe this is the reason why they approved it. We had the Friends Botanical Garden set, which was really popular. I think a lot of people kind of appreciate how good it was, and people who had previously overlooked the Friends theme and now have a bit of interest in that theme. And it looks very similar to that, but maybe a bit more, obviously a more grown-up model.
Yeah, I think this is going to look fantastic when it's finished. This is probably definitely my favourite out of the two finalists. And yeah, it's kind of. I think it'll go really well next to the boutique hotel. They kind of got a similar kind of sort of style of
maybe
of
behind
architecture. Just behind it, yeah.
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 That's true, yeah. I mean, Lego are moving more towards botanical sets, aren't they? So this is another example. You know, I think people clearly want to see more nature-inspired builds.
Yeah, definitely.
So any like big disappointments, and if any that you're hoping to see that didn't come to fruition?
Not really. I mean, I thought the Daft Punk helmets were were really interesting actually. I'm not a big Daft Punk fan, but I thought they were really cool. Where's Wally? I thought that was a really interesting concept.
Yes, yeah.
I'd have loved to have seen that built.
It would have been good for them to maybe try something a bit new. As I said before, I think the Godzilla build looked fantastic, and I was hoping for that. Sadly, we didn't get it. There was a medieval seaside market, which would have been nice as a big castle fan myself.
But we may get something similar from Lego this year anyway, or next year anyway, because they are starting to bring back more of the sort of castle and medieval sets.
I think another big surprise was the fact that the Shrek Swamp project didn't get approved.
Yeah, that was kind of heavily tipped, wasn't it? To made it.
Obviously, again, that was tying into an anniversary. I don't know if the fact that there was two Shrek Swamp projects in this review, very, very similar builds, whether that counted against it. And I don't know what they would have done if they wanted to go for that. Would they have, would they kind of combine the two?
Yeah, there might be a bit of politics involved.
You couldn't pick one over the other. And I know one of them was submitted by a big Lego YouTube star. So if they'd picked them over the other one, it would have been interesting when fireworks would have kicked.
Yeah, that may have been why they didn't choose it, or it could have just come down to sort of licensing. I don't know.
Yeah,
you just don't know, do you?
Also, we don't know what Lego have planned as well. They might just release a Shrek Swamp Icon set and months,
exactly. So
we'll see, and claim they had it in the pipeline.
Yeah, we've seen that kind of thing happen in the past, haven't we? I think, I'm not too. I'm reasonably happy, I'd say, with the two that have been picked.
By the time 2025 comes along, we'll have forgotten about these anyway. So
exactly,
kind of good to not get too excited about them.
Yeah. So that wraps up the Christmas edition of the podcast, no pun intended. We hope you have a great Christmas and happy holidays.
Yeah, so we will be releasing one more video this year, I believe, which will be a review of, or a roundup of, all the sets we know are coming for next year, the sets that are rumoured to be coming, and all the sets that we hope or we wish that will be coming next year.
Yeah, it's shaping up to be another fantastic year for Lego. But yeah, please do like and subscribe this video. It does really, really help us out, and we'll see you in the next one.